The Citizens Amendment Act is a long overdue Amendment Act. What happened is India was divided into India and Pakistan, and later Pakistan was divided into Pakistan and Bangladesh. And soon Pakistan will be divided 4 times more into Baluchistan, Pakhtunistan, Sindh and West Pakistan. So that time when India was divided into India and Pakistan, it was by the British Parliament passing a legislation called the Indian Independence Act, which said that we are creating 2 countries, one a Muslim-ruled country, that is Pakistan, and a Hindu-ruled India. That is what the British Parliament said. And Mahatma Gandhi and other Congress leaders said, in our country, if any Muslim wants to stay, there is no problem. We have no problem with that. That's how the independence, after independence, we began. Then there was a question that then the Hindus were being targeted in Pakistan. And they were being deprived of property, they were humiliated, their women were kidnapped. All this started happening. So Jawaharlal Nehru met Liaquat Ali Khan, the then new Prime Minister of Pakistan, and made an agreement that we will ensure that the minorities are protected. We've adopted a constitution where there is a protection for minority. But Pakistan did not live to up to his commitment. In fact, Liaquat Ali Khan himself was shot dead shortly after. So people started running in numbers from Pakistan and later on from Bangladesh. And soon afterwards, when the Taliban came to Afghanistan, from Afghanistan, the Sikhs came running. So over the years, they started coming by stealth, they came here. They were given by the then Congress governments a piece of paper saying you can live in India, but you will not get citizenship. Over the years, what happened is these poor people could not get a job because they didn't have an ID card, they didn't have a passport, they didn't have now an Aadhaar. So they were doing all kinds of menial work, they couldn't educate their children. So a chorus grew in the Congress party itself. And the Congress party working committee, starting from November 1947, passed resolutions that these people who came on religious persecution, they should be given citizenship of India. And Congress was just passing resolutions and going on. The last person to speak authoritatively was the leader of the opposition in Parliament, in Rajya Sabha, in 2003, Manmohan Singh. He told Advani, who was the Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister in Rajya Sabha, please take steps to see that these unfortunate people are given citizenship. That was before Sonia Gandhi became the leader. And Manmohan Singh did a palti afterwards. And in this parliament, he went exactly the opposite of what he said. But we felt now these people who have been living in these miserable conditions, having been promised citizenship over the years, we must finish the process. So we had made the government of India, the previous government of India also had made a register. And the people alive at the time when we moved the amendment was only 31,313 people, of which 25,000 were Hindus, and 5,000 were Sikhs, and 1,000 were Christians, and there were 2 Buddhists and 2 Parsis. So there were no Muslim in the list. That is, no Muslim from Pakistan come to India saying that I am being religiously persecuted. So the government decided that as of December 31st, 2014, if you have been in India for 5 years, then we will give you citizenship. Now the noise that is being made is, why you left the Muslim out? I have not found any Muslim who has come from Pakistan or Bangladesh or Afghanistan saying I'm being religiously persecuted. They say the Shias are being persecuted. But Shias are all going to Iran. Iran is a Shia country. Ahmadis are going to Bahrain. No one has come. I told congressman, you go and catch one Pakistani Muslim and bring him here and get him to sign an affidavit that he is being persecuted in Pakistan because, his Islam is different from... We have not got anybody. So we did not mention their name because they are not in the list. We have not mentioned the Jews in that list. So therefore, I don't know how these people can say all this. They're saying fundamental right of equality, Article 14. Now, most of these Congress people have never read a law book in their life. So I spoke in Parliament. Amit Shah asked me to speak. I spoke in Parliament. I said, today, as a Brahmin, say that I should be treated equal with scheduled caste and given reservations. Why Brahmins are not getting reservations? Why only scheduled castes are getting reservations? What about equality before law? What is Article 14? Why Article 14 should not be applied? Because Supreme Court has said number of times, equality of equals only. It cannot be equality of unequals. Therefore, scheduled caste has suffered, so they have to get reservation. Brahmins have not suffered that kind of suffering, therefore they will not get reservation. So that categorized different. Antule was a chief minister of Maharashtra. We set up a special court. He also went. Every criminal goes to Sessions Court and his proceedings are taken there. You have brought special court by which everything is being done rapidly. I am being discriminated against under Article 14. Supreme Court again said, you are chief minister, you commit a crime that is to be dealt much more expeditiously than some common criminal who has run away with a bicycle of somebody. You cannot be compared with the two. So equality of equals. Now it doesn't seem to go through the heads of these tukde-tukdewalas and all that. And they are all doing demonstrations. And these demonstrations are being backed by all terrorist organizations like PFI. Where is the question? I am only saying these are the people in the list. And they will get the citizenship because they are people persecuted. If somebody comes under from Bangladesh for getting a good employment here, we can't treat him as refugee. Why? Because the United Nations Refugee Act, International Refugee Act says those who come to another country without documentation, without visa, for economic reasons cannot be treated as refugees and they can be evicted. People say, why don't you give Rohingyas a citizenship in India? Why I should give? India is not a dharamshala that anybody can come with his chatai and put here and start sleeping. You see, Rohingyas in 1944 said, Jinnah is our leader. They were in Burma. They said, Jinnah is our leader and we want to go to Pakistan. Pakistan did not accept them. Then Burma, or which is now called Myanmar, they set up a constituent assembly to discuss a new constitution. And they nominated 2 Rohingyas in that. And what did the Rohingyas say in that? They said, we want to go to Pakistan. And Pakistan is not accepting. Bangladesh is not accepting. 51 Muslim countries in the world are not accepting. Somehow, India must accept them. What is this? As I told you, we are not a dharamshala. We are ready for our Indians who in the partition were separated from us and are being ill-treated. They come back here. We will certainly give them citizenship. But anyone and everyone wants to come to India. In fact, some of the Muslims who came, whom we gave citizenship offer, one was Tariq Fateh. He says, no, I can't live so close to Pakistan. I'm going to Canada, and he's got Canadian citizenship. Then Taslima came from Bangladesh. We offered her citizenship. She said, no, I will go to Sweden and take a passport as a citizenship there. If I live in India, I'll be too close to Pakistan. Some Pakistan terrorists will come and kill me in India. So therefore, I can't stay there. Now, there is a provision even today for a Pakistan Muslim to get an Indian citizenship. That is under Section 6, not under this amendment. In the Citizenship Act, no one is barred. And somehow everybody is trying to treat Pakistan Muslims as equal to Indian Muslims. Indian Muslims, there's no problem. Nobody's citizenship is going to be taken away. But they have made such a big halla-bulla. Now they're saying NPR and NRC, all these things they're dragging in. This has got nothing to do with this. These are poor, unfortunate people who believed that they will be treated equally in Pakistan, found out that they're being tortured, so they came running to India. We have kept them under an ordinary slip of paper. They can't get Aadhaar card, they can't get passport, they can't do anything, and they have to live in tents, in refugee colonies, in miserable conditions. Therefore, we said, end this. Gandhi, in fact, 1 month before his death in a public meeting said, Hindus and Sikhs, he did not mention Muslims. He said Hindus and Sikhs, they should be given citizenship right away. And after all this, instead of getting thanks, we are just getting galis as to why we have kept the Muslims out, as if, this is our job to find everything which is suitable to the opposition. The opposition has no other stick to beat us with. We are now in such a strong position, so they've used it, and they're using violence, they're using ignorance. I tell people, please read the act and tell me what is wrong with it. What should I have amended? Some people say you should have mentioned Muslim anyway, even if there's no Muslim in the list. It is wonderful. Tomorrow I should mention Muslim's name in your admission list also, even if he has not applied for admission here. This is what it means. We cannot pamper anyone. We are treating all citizens as equal, and those who suffer on the category of religious persecution, they will be allowed to come to India. If tomorrow more people come, then we'll have to have another amendment act. Under this amendment act, they cannot be included, because that is finished after 31st December 2014.